Hello and welcome to Novel Gaming.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Katie. And today we're talking about BuJo.
Whoa!
Or bullet journals for those not
BuJo?
In the know. Yes. So this past year, the first year, I kept a bullet journal to track the books I read and the video games that I've played and completed. So we thought it might be fun to kind of go through a flip through in the BuJo community where I flip through with Doug and we just kind of share and talk about the BuJo.
Yeah, your BuJo specifically.
My BuJo, yes. This is my work.
I'm really excited to see this because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. So a quick thing is that I use the same basic layout. So there's 3 pages per spread. Look at me, I know words. And so there's like a title page that has the month, and then there's a page for books and a page for video game. So if we are ready to look at January, I picked a different video game for each of the months.
Ooh.
And for January, yes, I did a little Breath of the Wild treatment here. I tried to pick ones that were in line with games I was playing. So, little Breath of the Wild, little statue doodad spider that's going to want to get you.
Those things are the bane of my existence.
Yeah, it's really fun to draw, really hard to fight in the game. So I mostly tried to do more detailed stuff on the cover pages and then just like little finesses on the sides. And I was using metallic markers for the first time.
Yeah, I was going to say, this
fun.
Gold is really cool.
Yeah, and it totally fit with like the Breath of the Wild vibe. When we turn to the next page, I tried to keep it fairly simple. So your spoiler alert for February there. I tried to keep things fairly simple because I usually ended up doing these not in time for the start of the month. And so I was just like, I just need to get this done because it takes a long time. I don't know if you've ever done anything like this, but doing the more ornate, it took a while. So
yeah. Do you find that tracking things via BuJo like slows you down in how you think about the things you're consuming because it takes that time?
Yes. And definitely at the start of the month when I had not yet made my spread, I'd be like, well, maybe I just shouldn't play anything right now. Or play anything
I kind of
new.
meant in like a mindfulness way.
Oh, yeah. No. It was more just I'm going to forget, so I better just wait.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So for February, that's when Pokemon came out, when Arceus came out. So I did a little Arceus theme, chose my little Rowlet.
Yeah. Did you start with Rowlet in that game?
I did.
Hell yeah.
And then if we flip to the next page, just did like Pokeballs.
Yeah.
So I started at this point to figure out what are different ways I can use the space. So like cutting across the middle instead of just popping things into the corners, which I still do a lot in other spreads, but just trying to play with where can I stick things and it'll be cool.
Yeah. I love your old school Pokeball. The ancient not ancient, but historical Pokeball.
Super
looks
ancient.
Great.
Yeah. It was fun. And I couldn't tell you what all the other Pokeballs are. I didn't have my full marker arsenal that I have now. So I tried to pick ones that had colors that were close to the marker colors that I had.
I know 4 out of the 5 of those off the top of my head. I'm not sure what the gold one is.
And the good news is I can't tell you, so. When we look into March, so this is an Outer Wilds game theme.
Nice.
Yes. So I know you maybe messed around with this game for a hot second, but haven't fully engaged. But I mean, your spacecraft, I think you can roast marshmallows. It's one of the first things you can do, I think, upon playing is you wake up at a campsite. So these aren't like huge plot spoilers. None of the things I have, I think, would give anything away. None of the drawings.
It'd be pretty impressive if you like drew a whole spread that was just like a major plot point climax of the story or something.
Yeah, it's the ending. I drew the ending. So I busted out the metallic markers here again. The metallic ones are acrylic markers, and so I think I use just explicitly acrylic, so it's a much thicker paint. I eventually kind of moved away from them because of lines. I would draw the lines and then with pen and then use marker to color it in, but then with the acrylic markers, like it would be over the line, so then I'd have to go over the lines again. So I started moving away from these.
Cool.
Yeah, and then when we go to the next page, finishing up March and moving into April.
I know that one.
Oh, I was wondering.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so I did a little chicory for April, and if we skip to the next page, I think it really gives it away.
Oh, they're so cute.
They are so cute. I still haven't finished this game, but I really enjoy it. So at this point, I think I was maybe feeling a little fatigued. So I was like, I'm just going to use one color, and that's going to be on par for the game.
I was going to say, that works perfectly for chicory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. My little character's name is Bon Mi. So it's Bon Mi and chicory.
Oh, that's such a good name for the character.
Yeah. And then we'll keep it right on moving to May, which is a little Bug Snacks.
Very colorful, too.
Yeah, this one was kind of fun. So Bug Snacks was like a sleeper thing for me. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but it's so silly and so also serious all at the same time, and sinister. So it was really fun to play and really fun to draw because they are such whimsical character designs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I love that. I'm assuming it's just called a frider, but I don't remember. I love that little fry spider you got up there.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. A little bit of like different position or different orientation for, a character or a drawing than some of the other ones.
Yeah.
And then finishing up for May, I loved Bunger. Bunger. Exactly. So had to throw Bunger on there.
Yeah.
And then for June, so one of the cool things that you learn in bullet journaling, or at least I did, is that when you make a mistake, you just figure out how to fix it because you don't want to draw that again. And so that's where I started using some of that brown, that's a paper. So I glued some paper in to cover a mistake that I made. It ended up being really nice, I think.
Worked out super well. I didn't even realize that was, I was trying to figure out like how or what you did there. Because the green covers it up like almost perfectly.
Yeah. So paper.
Nice.
Paper. Just paper on paper. And when we flip to the next page, it'll become clear which game it is, which is a short hike.
I thought that might have been it.
Yeah. Normally I like outlining with pens, the little Micron pens, but because of how a short hike looks, wanted to try just outlining with marker. And I think it turned out good and fits with kind of the vibe of the game.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got July, little Astrobot Playroom, which is the demo. This is when I got my PS5.
I was going to say, is this when you got your PS5?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a while. You've had it for a while.
Yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, it does. Holy crap.
Yeah. This was one of the kind of larger characters that I drew throughout, because a lot of time I just kind of make them small because characters and details, and if you don't get it right, then it looks a little weird. But it was such a cool design that I just went for it.
I dig it.
Yeah, me too. And if we go to the next page, there's like a little bad guy who I just thought was funny and silly. So I included him in there. Yeah, exactly. A little slime villain.
Yeah.
And then for August, I mean, the theme is Stray.
Yeah. This is cool because it's like, you know, obviously you have the entries that you have in like the games or the books, but even just like what you chose to theme that month for is like its own record of sort of what either was happening or what you were playing at the time.
Yeah, I was trying to be intentional about that. As we get later on into the year, it just kind of becomes, what are things that I like sometimes? Which actually might be what happens in September. But for the most part, I tried to tie what I was playing or what I was planning on playing into what the kind of visuals were for that year. So if we pop to the book and game spread for Stray, I just put in little friends.
Look at that cat, though.
Yeah, just peeking
That's
out.
awesome.
Just saying, hey. And it's interesting, too, because, like, you know, cats don't have all these jagged lines. So it was kind of fun to think about color with markers and not blending. And how do I capture the essence of that orange cat without having the exact right colors, but still trying to get it in there. So it was fun. A fun little challenge.
Yeah.
And then the next one is definitely one that I was like, I don't know what to do. Why not Stardew Valley?
Always relevant. A little bit of harvest going on. I don't know when the harvest actually is. I grew up in a city, but it feels right.
Yeah. So, a little Stardew Valley, a little Junimos, a little Scarecrow. I stayed away from characters, just kept it with animals. If we look on the next page, we've got Blue Chicken and the cow, which the cow is so cute. And I was debating whether or not I should do more pixel style stuff, but I decided against it because that was going to be too precise to draw for me.
Yeah,
so
I like it.
Yeah, we just went a little cartoony. And then October, we got Hades.
Yes.
Yeah. And for Hades, you bet your ass I did not draw any of them. Because, my God.
You're not going to turn the page and I'm going to see a full cast of super sexy Hades characters?
Not at all. Because, good God, they are too beautiful. I'm not even going to touch it. So, if you look, I just did some boon symbols and the chaos shield.
I love it.
Yeah. So I think this was when I was getting close to beating. I actually I did beat Hades in this month, so it kind of worked out.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Spooky,
nice.
Hell with October thing. So it worked out. But yeah, definitely no hotties in there. For November, I decided to go with Animal Crossing, which is a game I still consistently play and enjoy. And at this point, I was definitely like, oh my God, I just need to get it done. I'm kind of tired of this. So let me just put something out there. So that's why there's just a couple mushrooms on that books page.
I like it though.
Yeah.
I like it. Fall is my favorite season of that game. It's so pleasing to look at.
It really is. And I did, if we turn to the next page, I did add in Cat, my favorite villager. So there was still, something that's not just some mushrooms, but still kept keeping it pretty simple overall.
Yeah.
And then for December, I hadn't been playing Celeste, but Celeste is a very snowy game. And I was like, it's my last month. I'm just going to go for it. So I did. And drew Madeline there on the front, reaching for that strawberry. And then I don't know why I never thought of this before, but the 2-page spread where there's just a faint image related to the game in the background that you can write over. Yeah. It was like an aha moment for me, and why didn't I do this sooner? But I really liked it. Yeah.
And I feel like Celeste is perfect. You've summited the mountain of doing a full year of bullet journaling. That's awesome.
Yeah. Overall, I dug doing it. I think I'm going to do it again this year, but instead of doing it every month, I'm going to try 2 months per spread to see if that maybe gets a little easier. But I dig it. I like keeping track of, my books and my video games. So it was a fun way to do it. And it was a good thing because it made me create something at least once a month.
Yeah, this is awesome. Thanks so much for sharing this. This is rad.
Thanks for going on the journey with me.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe we'll have another bullet journal video in a year. But whatever. Show us your bullet journals.
Yeah, this is inspiring.
Yeah. Ooh, Doug, if you want to do it, I fully support. No pressure.
Who knows?
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
That's what we say. Bye.